Well, it's a dangerous fight.
Yeah.
Because Joshua's going to try to make an example out of him, for sure.
And will.
I mean, Anthony Joshua is one of the biggest one-punch KO artists ever.
Yes.
I mean, he's a one-punch night guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's a great boxer, very skillful.
Yeah.
If Jake somehow survives and goes the distance, everyone's going to be like, the fix was in. And if AJ somehow, makes it to the 7th and can't knock him out until the 7th or 8th, everyone's going to be like, AJ held him up.
No, once you get hit by AJ, you'll know all about it. As soon as AJ hits him on the chin, the fight's over.
Shooting him non-stop, eliminated him multiple times, and that's because I'm tricky. I'm sneaky, and I'm fast.
Headshot, or are you going to the body?
Both, baby. It's going to be a long night for him.
He's a real clean athlete who is going to inflict some horrendous damage to Jake Paul, and I hope we've got a referee in there.
Joe Rogan and other top analysts are delivering brutal verdicts on Jake Paul's potential fight with former heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. The discussion about Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua actually began in March when Paul first stated he could beat the champion on a podcast. While Eddie Hearn and others laughed it off as a publicity stunt, Nakisa Badarian insisted Paul was completely serious about making the fight happen in 2026. After considering Ryan Garcia as an opponent, they focused on Joshua and began official talks in July. The plan was always for Paul to face Tank Davis first, with the Joshua matchup depending on his performance in that exhibition bout.
Towards was Anthony Joshua. Once it became clear Ryan couldn't do the fight as well, Ryan was also something that he was interested in doing. And the deal came together mostly because Jake mentioned this as of March of this year, right? That's the first time he was on a podcast and said, I think I can beat Anthony Joshua. Everyone laughed. At the time, Eddie Hearn said this is another, media attention-seeking moment for Jake Paul. I made it clear then to Eddie and to the media, Jake was serious and we wanted to do it in 2026. We had further conversations with Matchroom in July of this year with the understanding that if Jake got through Tank Davis, and even though that was an exhibition, it was very much structured to be a real fight in every way, shape, and form, then we would look to make Jake versus Joshua.
Looking ahead of the fight, Johnny Nelson finds himself deeply conflicted about this matchup, acknowledging the massive financial incentive that makes the fight impossible to refuse. He predicted even the harshest critics would tune in, driven by the desire to see Paul get knocked out. He guaranteed it would be a record-breaking viewership. While many view this as Joshua taking a lucrative late-career payday, Nelson suggested that Anthony Joshua's main motivation isn't just money. It could also be a personal insult. He believed Joshua could be genuinely frustrated that a YouTuber like Jake Paul had the nerve to challenge a professional world champion. This anger would make Joshua fight with a real desire to punish Paul.
I'm stuck in between because nobody on this green earth would actually turn down 50-60 million to fight Jake Paul. And people that don't like this will probably watch it because they want to see Jake Paul getting knocked out. So what does it say about AJ and what does it say about Jake Paul? I think I was thinking upside down. For AJ, I thought, Mama's cashing out. He's cashing out because he's going down this mimic line. But I thought, in reality, is he? Realistically, he's thinking, you know what, this big mouth YouTuber stroke boxer has the cheek to call me out. I'd be pissed off at that, if I'm honest with you. I'd be upset if I was AJ thinking.
But on this potential matchup, John Fury delivered a fiery warning to Anthony Joshua, demanding he never dive into Jake Paul, regardless of the money involved. He insisted Joshua must knock Paul out decisively and avoid repeating the mistakes of other fighters. Fury completely dismissed any possibility of Paul winning, stating Joshua would possess the power to end the fight effortlessly. He declared that anything less than a dominant Joshua knockout should be seen as clear evidence of a fixed fight by the fans.
Listen to me. Don't take a dive with this Jake Paul, mate. Do not do that, not for $1 billion, my pal. Don't do it. Don't do as the others have done. Do not take dives. If he fights, you knock him dead as a nit, and good luck with it.
So I said he's got to bet £1 million on Jake Paul knocking out Joshua.
This is what I'm saying. How does that work?
He can't, can he?
Anthony Joshua could knock Jake Paul out with his dick. So if it goes any other way, you know.
You give me a headline there, by the way.
If it goes any other way, you know it's fixed, don't you? Enough said. Enough.
Meanwhile, Joe Rogan and Mike Vaioni delivered a brutal assessment, expressing strong doubt that Jake Paul can beat Anthony Joshua. While they disagree about whether money motivates Paul, both agree the fight makes no sense competitively. They point to Joshua's Olympic background and his brutal knockout of Francis Ngannou as proof of his dangerous power. Rogan believes Joshua will use this fight to make a statement by dominating Paul. They ultimately view the event as pure spectacle rather than sport, with Paul staring down near certain defeat against the elite heavyweights.
Care about the money. Like Jake Paul probably doesn't care about the money.
Well,
but
he has plenty of money, and if he won, oh my God, if he beat Anthony Joshua, good Lord. Good Lord. I mean, that's a big if. Right?
I mean,
Anthony Joshua,
I do not think-
Olympic gold
Yes.
medalist, former heavyweight champion of the world. What he did to Francis Ngannou,
I
like,
know.
good Lord.
Yes.
Do you want that smoke?
Yeah, I just think it's all about the promotion or whatever. I have no idea what the actual motivation is for that fight's not competitive at all.
Well, it's a dangerous fight.
Yeah.
Because Joshua's going to try to make an example out of him,
Yes.
for sure.
And will.
And will. I mean, Anthony
I know.
Joshua is one of the biggest one-punch KO artists ever.
Yes.
I mean, he's a one-punch night guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's a great boxer, very skillful.
From Charles Suinen's critical perspective, the fight's legitimacy rests entirely on Joshua's approach. He argues that Joshua must use his significant size and power advantage to destroy Jake Paul immediately. Suinen warns that if Joshua doesn't win in a dominant, one-sided knockout right from the start, the public will see the fight as fixed or illegitimate. For the match to be seen as a real sporting contest and not a show, Joshua must crush Paul so decisively that no one can question the vast difference in their skill and power.
Never enjoyed the size benefit like he has going into the fight with Jake Paul. And the only thing about it that could be real or look real or sound real is if he goes out and he plans and he threatens and he does the best of his ability.
Eddie Hearn added that Anthony Joshua fully intends to end his fight with Jake Paul swiftly and decisively on his own terms. He labeled Paul's decision to accept the bout as outright madness. While acknowledging the huge financial reward for Joshua, Hearn openly admitted the matchup is not competitively balanced, noting that Jake Paul is the one facing all the genuine physical danger. He revealed that there are no protective clauses in the contract for Paul, and their team strategy is to secure a rapid finish. Despite this, Hearn did credit Paul's courage, stating that if the YouTuber could simply survive for 4 rounds against Joshua, he would earn significant respect for his toughness.
He's a hatter taking the fight. The fight will end whenever Anthony Joshua wants the fight to end. He's getting a near career high payday. Thank you, Jake Paul and MVP, for the opportunity. How can we turn it down? I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's fight of the year. I'm not going to tell. I don't think it's. I'm the only person it's dangerous for is Jake Paul. And I think he's absolutely mad. But listen, respect the balls on the fella. But don't start talking to me about, is there anything in the contract where you have to take it easy? No. In fact, exactly the opposite. We're going to actually go in there and get this done in double quick time, destroy him, get on the plane, and then go home for Christmas.
What if he does go 4 rounds?
If he does?
Moreover, Hearn stated that there is a no-lose situation for Jake Paul, emphasizing the genuine physical danger involved. He noted that a single clean punch from Anthony Joshua could end the fight at any moment it lands. While acknowledging Paul's clear improvement through multiple training camps, Hearn still views him only as a decent cruiserweight-level fighter. He made it clear that despite Paul's development, he remains far from world-class level and doesn't belong in the ring with an elite heavyweight like Joshua.
I mean, you could say it's a no-lose for Jake, but it's too dangerous to be a no-lose.
Yeah.
Like, this is very real. And, once you get hit by AJ, you'll know all about it. As soon as AJ hits him on the chin, the fight's over. So when that comes, we don't know. But, Jake's improved a hell of a lot. He's done a lot of camps. He's fought boxers. Like, he's now become, I used to call him average, but he's become a decent cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Decent cruiserweight, right? Not, for me, not world class, but, a decent.
Meanwhile, Ariel Helwani highlighted the significant risks both fighters face in this high-stakes matchup. He warned that if Jake Paul suffers an early knockout, his entire boxing career could collapse as public interest vanishes. If Jake Paul manages to survive for the full match, or even just last several rounds, fans will instantly call the fight a fix and accuse Joshua of not trying to win. Even if Joshua wins by a knockout in a later round, people will claim he was carrying Paul and not fighting seriously from the start. Helwani concluded that public acceptance demands nothing less than Joshua demolishing Paul within 2 rounds, creating a nearly impossible situation for both men.
The risk is if he gets knocked down in the first round, the whole thing comes crumbling down. Like the whole Jake Paul experience. There's going to be no demand to see him. The issues that they're facing is if Jake somehow survives and goes the distance, everyone's going to be like, the fix was in. And if AJ somehow, you know, makes it to the 7th and can't knock him out until the 7th or 8th, everyone's gonna be like, AJ held him up. And so and if Jake somehow pulls off the great upset, everyone's gonna the fix is it. I feel like he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't here. The only result that I feel like the public is going to be okay with is an Anthony Joshua demolition of Jake Paul in a round.
On the other hand, Tyron Woodley firmly believes Anthony Joshua holds clear advantages in both skill and power. He refused to count Jake Paul out completely. While most analysts predict Joshua will end the fight within 2 rounds, Woodley viewed a different path to victory for Paul. He argued that if Paul can survive the early onslaught and make it past those dangerous first rounds, his confidence will grow significantly. Woodley suggested this could completely change the fight's dynamic, potentially leading to a surprising decision victory rather than the expected knockout.